Hi, David ERDOS with poem 8 from the Bastard's Charter. It's been a time of disconnection, both personally and generally, certainly over the last few weeks, I've found. And from that strange vantage point, pieces of writing have come, some of which are put here, but most of which are going into various books to accumulate dust or exposure to some extent. And this poem touches on the decline of a certain kind of standard, which I've always tried to honour, while at the same time embracing the notion or the fact that what I try to honour may be out of sync or out of time with the common preference or the widespread preference. And where the individual is placed in light of that is perhaps the subject or the content of this piece, and also how do we define a zeitgeist? Is it culturally, socially, politically, etc., etc.? This piece is called the Right-and-Wrong-Geist. Apart from a cat wanking into a cup, what goes viral? The lip sync of TikTok, or the crap for which clamour in the contemporary sense gushes forth. Clearly not substance as such, or for that matter meaning. And so, ever weary, I travel to the point in which even in this freakish English heat, I'm far north, while feeling the chill of inattention and downright disregard in some places, as what we favour now is not new. Originality ends, even in the form of arrangement, as all we look for now is the copy, whether in terms of experience in employment or film and TV detectives nudging dead bodies in search of the goriest detail or clue. The zeitgeists we once knew have now become the generic, while meanwhile the right-geists take over as the wrong approach dresses us. Just look around as fascism threads through the world, aping fashion, hemming us in to be smothered, while here in England, at the current time, we are threatened by the deadening restrictions of trust. We always choose the wrong thing. We always make bad decisions, doing our best to stay balanced on the whim of a wave, which may fold, leaving us walking on air, which in heat like this closes. Even my skin feels imprisoned, as if I were Shirley Eaton in that James Bond film, caked in gold. I lower my head in the bath, and the surface is a sea shroud sealing over. My life sleeps underwater, as naturally I can't breathe, and so I remain, buried beneath for those moments, with the glass of my grave a moist mirror, while I, cooled behind it, can still the anger I feel as it seethes. A bastard's charter has been drawn while we wait for the next one. At the current time, the bastard we have suffered while resigned is still there. It is the end of August as I write. But what awaits in September? What awaits in October and in the months to come? We stand in the tunnel, it seems. But while looking for light, I need glasses. How is your sight? Can you see it? And how do we recognize what's been done? We slide from one compromise to the next, in search of salvation, and it seems to me for each lifetime there now needs to be legacy, something to leave, if not live yourself, which progresses the ever-cracking path of the future, as if resistance was saintly, as we each become history. Our efforts an investment, unreaped, on account of the chaos. The wrong figures lead us away from the light into fog. Will the US near lost flip back, frustrated by the brief hope of Biden and his alarming frailty, while numerous despots in Europe look only for slaves they can flog? What was Putin's plan? Was it one of horrific distraction? Is a real war the dumb show for a cyber war's wrenching strings? Perhaps only the plants and animals know, as horrified they observe us. The answer will not be in our language, and conveyed within fire once the caged bird burns and then sings. Putin is just the first apocalyptic horseman, perhaps, riding as he often does, topless, his thimbled tits jutting proudly as he surveys devastation as one would a canvas by Hieronymus Bosch. And the other three follow on, that's if they are not here already. Feeding hay and hell to their horses, their steel shoes start to smoulder as with each victim's bones, teeth are flossed. I look out appalled at the age I am, at the future. What I wanted from life does not matter. My albums and books are antiques. Just as I am myself, with my approach to art and to standards, and yet I am old enough to remember when art and hope reached their peak. And so now I exist without those I long treasured. My artistic heroes, that girlfriend, my twin-hearted folks, my first cat. Now the cup and wanking are mine, as I strive and strain for desire, while chasing the beauty that the moments I prized once begat. We live in an age with no reliable movements. From Bowl to Boris, from governmental trap to heartache. All we have is the day, and there are some out there who'd reclaim it. The persons unknown. I call to you for a new zeitgeist and light. Today's shakes. David ERDOS, August the 26th, 2022.